August 15th. The thick, humid air hung heavy, the kind that promised a storm but delivered only heat. It was then, in the suffocating quiet of the small hours, that my drunken brother-in-law, Cody Albright, staggered into the west bedroom and assaulted my sleeping sister. When I burst in, Holly lay on the rough cotton sheets, her face slick with tears. She looked at me, just one final hollow gaze, then she scrambled up and slammed her head against the wall, collapsing in a heap. Cody, reeking of cheap whiskey, zipped up his jeans and swayed, a smug, triumphant grin plastered across his face. I lunged for him, ready to drag him to the sheriff's department, but my in-laws swarmed me, blocking the door. My mother-in-law, Mrs. Albright, pointed a shaking finger at Holly's corpse. She's the one who lured him on. She killed herself because she failed to snag him. My husband Marcus shoved me back. Stop making a scene. Cody's still got to find a wife. I tried to escape, to run to the nearest phone and call the police, but they locked me in the tool shed for 3 days and 3 nights. I eventually died there, coughing up blood until my lungs failed. When I opened my eyes again, Holly was standing before me, vibrant and whole, turning around to admire the new floral print hoodie I'd just bought her. The nightmare of the past life flashed behind my eyes. I snatched the hoodie off her, threw it onto the bed, and dragged her out the door. I put her on a bus back to our parents' farm, miles away. I had just managed to lie down, exhausted but believing the worst had been averted, when a woman's scream ripped through the dark house. I scrambled off the bed, pulling on a shirt, and rushed out the door. The west bedroom door creaked open. Cody Albright, so drunk he could barely stand, staggered out, zipping up his jeans, a familiar, triumphant smirk on his face. I ran to him, grabbing his arm. It was you. Who was it? Who was in there? Cody just reeked of cheap booze, his mouth stretching into a lazy, drunken smile. In the dark? Who can tell? Mr. and Mrs. Albright, my father and mother-in-law, came rushing out, pulling me away from him. Why are you harassing Cody? It must have been some girl who was asking for it. The sight of their shameless faces, the cold memory of Holly's last look. It sent a tremor of pure, blinding rage through me. Cody Albright, you think that's funny? This is rape. Marcus, my husband, was the last to arrive. He grabbed my shoulder. Willow, calm down. It was just a slip-up. They slept together, that's all. My eyes narrowed with a hatred that felt centuries old. It was the same line. Last time, when my sister was dead, he said the same thing. Just a slip-up. Mrs. Albright tried to smooth the corners of her mouth into a frown, failing. It was 2 consenting adults, Willow. Just let it go. Then she added, practically giddy with greed, and Holly is 16 now. But since she's been so careless with her reputation, she'll need to bring $5,000 cash and promise to cover the whole wedding for Cody to take her. I froze. A second passed before the fog of anger cleared. They think the girl in there is Holly. But Holly was safe, miles away, asleep in our parents' house. She couldn't possibly be here. A cold dread crawled up my spine. My mind went blank with a horrifying realization. I had prevented Holly's tragedy, but in this filthy pit of a family, I hadn't stopped the crime. I had only changed the victim. All I could think of was the girl crying softly